It's time to check your money with America's Money Maven, Vicki Brackens. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. Vicki, what you got going on today?
What you doing, George? You on speed dial? What the hell? What is this? I'm doing fine, George. Okay. Really happy to be here. Happy that we see a little bit more sunshine this week. And we got a few things to talk about.
Well, first of all, are you cooking? Because this is Thanksgiving week, my sister.
No, I'm not cooking. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. You know, my cooks all moved to Florida.
That's right. I know that.
Okay, and my substitute cooks actually went to had the nerve to go to Seattle. Okay, so
Uh,
okay, I don't know. Okay, I think it's going to be somebody's restaurant as
okay.
far as that's concerned next week.
Vicki, I will make sure you have a plate, okay?
Oh, well,
we're,
thank you, George.
we're gonna put some aside for you, and maybe Friday, but you're gonna get a plate, okay?
Okay, all right, all right, all
that
right.
that work for you?
Works for me.
Okay.
Absolutely works for me. Second
Good.
day on the turkey is always good. Anyway,
All right, I got you.
okay. All right. So listen, first of all, before I go any further, I want to make sure that we congratulate one of my sorors. Okay.
Okay, what you got going on?
Miss Nadisha Hernandez, who will be as soon as the legislature, Onondaga County legislature comes back in session in January, the new majority leader for the Democratic Party. Okay.
Yeah, because they
There
flipped
in,
that bad
and
boy.
yet we're talking so much about what happened in the mayoral race
Yeah,
that underneath all of that, we had something else brewing that many people didn't realize
and didn't
until
see
the following
coming.
morning.
Yeah,
So, flipped what's this, the first time in 40 years?
I thought it was 50.
Is it 50? Okay. Wow. Okay. Because we've always had a split between the county and the city, okay, as far as the city, most of the time being Democratic, but the county always being Republican. But this
Mm-hmm.
time we actually had a flip of the county at the same time that we had the election of
Yeah,
uh, incoming mayor Sharon Owens.
I think about five of the six seats were flipped. I believe. Yes.
Which moved it now into the majority category.
Mm-hmm.
And Sora Hernandez is now the majority leader, okay, for the Democratic Party. And I wanted to make sure I said congratulations to her on that victory.
Good luck and well done.
No, wait a minute, what's the good luck?
Well, I'm saying good luck, right? She's gonna. she's
It's not about luck, it's about ability. Okay. She is
well.
well qualified.
Well, good luck is meaning I'm wishing her well.
Okay, George.
What you?
I'm real sensitive, you know.
No, you're you definitely took that a different way.
Yes, I did. Okay. Yes, I did. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this week, though, what I wanted to make sure that we did, and I'm going to go back and fill in a few gaps because it's important that we do so. But I want to make sure that everyone understands that if you think about, and I'll let you fill in the gap, the big, beautiful bill, what do you call it, George?
Yeah. The big ugly bill.
The big ugly hill. But during the big, beautiful bill 1.0, 3, 4, 5, 6, what was it, 5 years ago when we had the first Trump legislation around taxes and tax reform, there were some things under what was called the Secure Act 2.0 that changed concerning our retirement planning that are starting to filter into the system, and we need to be aware of those things coming up. And one of them has to do with catch-up contributions. Do
Mm.
you remember what a catch-up contribution is, George?
Oh, and I do, but I don't.
Okay. All of us know that we have, well, I shouldn't assume. When you are contributing to your 401k plan, your 403b plan, any type of employer-sponsored plan, okay, as far as your retirement planning is concerned, there are limits on the contributions. It would be nice if you could contribute it all if you could afford it, but there are limits based on age and as far as the contributions are concerned that allow you to contribute monies on a pre-tax basis.
Mm-hmm.
That is important because the monies that go in, you pay no taxes on.
Right.
So, for example, in 2025, if you are under the age of 50, you are allowed to contribute up to $23,500 into your 401k, 403b, and most 457 plans. That represents a total aggregate contribution for the year. And in many cases, also, it's just a side note, a lot of employers match those contributions. But what that really means is that by contributing that money into your retirement plan, you pay no taxes on those funds. That
Okay.
is a big benefit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big benefit because of the contribution and because of the tax savings. But some years ago, looking at actuarial tables, we realize that most individuals, as you get into your later years, say around 50 years old, all the kids are gone, the obligations tend to, as far as your day-to-day obligations, have more money because you're in your peak earning years. So they created what's called the catch-up provisions. So that for those individuals who didn't have the wherewithal financially to contribute maximum contributions throughout their earlier working years, would now have an opportunity to create or to contribute additional above and beyond the standard area.
Mm-hmm.
2025, this year, you actually can contribute if you're 50 years or older, an additional $7,500, which means now you can save basically $31,000 a year toward your retirement. That's a big number,
It's a big number.
but it's also a big benefit. Secure Act 2.0 added an additional on top of that, what we call super catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't know about the super catch up because it was supposed to have started 3 years ago. But when they voted in the legislation, the employer bases and all the payroll companies didn't have the software ready to implement, so they moved the date down to 2026, excuse me, 2025, in order for you to be able to use what's called the super catch up. So if you happen to be age 60, 61, 62, or 63, you can use the super catch-up contribution number, which is actually not $7,500, but 11,250 on top of the normal contribution of 23,500. That's fantastic.
Yay.
Absolutely fantastic. Yay. Because we know we're going to, well, we all are not necessarily going to live longer, but statistically, we're living longer. We need more money put aside as far as retirement and reducing your taxes for such. And think about a couple. My God, if you could do that on a couple's basis, you're talking about a really big, like in the $70,000 ranges of contributions that you can put in when you start adding in matches that are coming from your employer. Well, George,
Well, I knew there was a
guess
well.
what?
Guess what? What?
Everything changes. Now, this is for 2025, right? In 2026, it changes again.
Okay.
And here's the change. In the big, beautiful bill, they added another twist, and that is if you are earning more than $145,000,
Mm.
$145,000, then your contribution to the catch-up cannot go into the pre-tax category. It must go into the after-tax category, into the Roth contribution within your plan. Boo, hiss, horrible. Okay. It means that for 1 year, we basically have this super catch-up that's available to us that's going to go into the pre-tax category and then turn around the following year if you happen to be 145,000 or more as far as your wages are concerned, and now be forced to contribute that into the after-tax category, and in doing so, you will not get the full tax benefit that you did the year before. Now, does it mean that it's a bad thing to save the money? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that I'm really sad that they took the tax savings away from that additional contribution, because it does take a little bit of the oomph out of the fact that you have this catch-up provision that you can use now or could use in the past. Most of all, though, I want everyone to understand this. In most cases, you have probably, if you haven't used the catch-up provision yet, you should rush down to, and you can afford it. And this is not specific advice, but basically, go down to your payroll department or to your HR department and say, listen, do I have enough time to contribute to make a payroll change to contribute to the additional max plus the catch-up provision in my 401k, 403b, or 457? You probably have 2 payroll periods left, depending on how you get paid. Okay, the first payroll period in December and the second payroll period in December.
Right.
But you don't wait until after Thanksgiving to do this, because you might not have enough time to make the change in order to get the payroll system done. But you will benefit greatly from that extra money going in and from the lowering of your taxes, because every dollar that you put into the pre-tax category means it's a dollar that you're not only saving, that's growing tax deferred and growing tax deferred and growing tax deferred year after year after year, but also reducing your taxes as far as the deduction is concerned. And if you happen to be in a higher income bracket, you want those taxes going down. Did you get it, George?
I got you.
Okay. All right. So step 1, look at your pull out your payroll. You look at your pay stub, go online, wherever it is, see how much you've contributed for this year already. If you reach the match, then make sure it's max. Then make sure you're over 50, that you go ahead and enroll for the catch-up provision. And if you're over 60, for the super catch-up provision. Call HR, they'll walk you through it. The payroll company will walk you through it, but don't miss this opportunity to get this additional tax savings going forward. Well,
Okay.
George, February 22nd, don't forget.
The Black History Month Cabaret. We got an artist yet?
Location being Drumlins.
Drumlins. We're moving back to Drumlins.
So now you have another piece of the puzzle. Location being Drumlins, and we'll drop another piece of the puzzle over the next week or two, as far as the artist is concerned. All right. Okay. So, I think that at this point in time, if you want to make sure that if you have questions, especially on these contribution levels for your 401k,
they're gonna need to call you, Vicki. Yeah, they're
315-930-4499 or info@brackensfsn.com. George, our plate is full.
All right. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and the registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. She is America's money maven.